Okay, go ahead and hop on. So we're going to show you how to teach someone how to ride. Alyssa here has never ridden a dirt bike before. She doesn't know how to operate a clutch, but you know how to ride a bicycle, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. You got to know how to ride a bicycle. That way you have the balance to start out with. Okay, so this little bike is a Yamaha TTR 110. It has 3 gears, but there's no clutch. And I suggest anytime you're teaching someone to ride, even if they probably have the ability, they're old enough to learn how to use a clutch, start off with something that doesn't have a clutch. The key is you want them to think about as few things as possible. And for her right now, what I want her to focus on is the throttle. We've all seen the YouTube videos where some guy sticks his wife on a bike and a big old YZ250 or whatever and tells her to just slap it in gear, release the clutch and go, and next thing you know she's whiskey throttling into a fence or a tree. And they're pretty funny videos, but that's not the proper way to teach somebody how to ride, and it's also not safe. I've seen a lot of injuries that way. So we're going to do this the right way. So put your kickstand up. So brakes. Up here is a front brake. Down on your right foot you have a rear brake. You see that right here? Okay. Now, you're pointing uphill right now, so I don't want you to pay attention to this front brake. I want you to pay attention to that rear brake. But the main thing we're going to work on is the throttle, okay? The deal is if you feel uncomfortable at any point in time, just let go of that throttle. I mean, your natural reaction should be to go up. However, most people's natural reaction when they learn to ride a dirt bike is, go ahead and point it like you're steering here. Most people's natural reaction when they first learn to ride a dirt bike, when they freak out, their natural reaction is to hold on tighter, and they do this and give it more gas, and that's how you see people whiskey throttling into a fence. I want you to concentrate on, if you don't feel comfortable, to move the hand up this way. It's kind of the opposite of what you naturally would like to do because you want to hold on, but go up with that throttle. If you can't do that, just let go of it. In this particular bike, and this is why we're starting you on this bike, if you get in a bad situation, you feel uncomfortable, you feel like you're going to wreck, all you need to do is stand up and let go of the bike. So go ahead and stand up for me right now. Let go of the handlebars. And what's going to happen if you do that, the bike's just going to come right out from underneath you. Let the bike crash, not you. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and get you back under that thing. Okay, so on this particular bike, it has 3 gears, and they're all up. But we're only going to focus on first gear. We're not going to practice on shifting, anything except for throttle control and knowing where that rear brake is at. Because to start it, you have a key. Start switch is right here. This is also a kickstart bike, but this has electric start as well. So go ahead and hit that gray button. Give her a little bit of gas. Okay. Did you feel that? Did you feel all right? Now, we're going to put it in gear. You don't need to give it any gas. Get your foot up on the peg and shift that lever up into first gear. You're in first gear. You're ready to go. Now, for now, I want you to just kind of keep your feet down. When you feel comfortable, put your feet up on the pegs. And again, we're going to take it real slow to begin with, and I'm going to walk alongside you. What I want you to do is we're going to go about 10-15 feet, and then I want you to let off of that throttle and kind of come to a stop. You're uphill, so you'll kind of roll to a stop. Does that make sense? Feel okay?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give it a little bit of gas. Okay, now stop. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you got there you go. You hold that brake, yep. Hold that front brake, yep. That's not go over that. You're going back down the hill. Grab that front brake, but you did it. You got it. So okay, so now we're gonna go a little bit further. Probably gonna go about maybe 30-40 feet up there. And I want you to come to a stop again. And when you do what you just did and grab that front brake. And then we'll go some more. Go ahead, try it. Got it. You feeling okay now to put your feet on the bed? Yeah. Okay. So you try and go up to those little trees up there. When you take off, put your feet on the pegs. You get up to those little trees up there, stop. We're going to kind of turn around and point it back downhill.
Okay.
And then with that, you're going to be more practicing on that back foot. Okay? Give it a shot. rather the bike wreck than you. Okay? You ready? Take it real slow on that back brake. I'll stand with you. Just ease up on it a little bit. Try and stop again right now. There you go. Keep practicing that nice and slow until you feel like you got it. Downhill is always kind of hard. Hit it again. Get a really good feel for where that back brake is at. Okay, hold on a second. You want your foot on the peg.
Okay.
Right there. Now you're riding in motocross boots. That's another thing. A lot of people start off riding in tennis shoes or whatever. There's a couple reasons why you don't want to do that. First of all, I mean, you should be riding in riding boots. If you're not riding in riding gear with boots, helmet, eye protection, and gloves, you shouldn't be riding. And if you got somebody teaching you to do something otherwise, they shouldn't be teaching you riding. You shouldn't be riding. These boots here will protect your ankles. They're going to protect your toes from hitting rocks. If this was a kickstart bike, and it is, if it didn't have electric start, come around here. If she was to go and start this, when you put your foot up here on this Kickstarter, get your foot in that Kickstarter, lift your knee a little bit. There. If she was going to try and kickstart this bike and she was wearing tennis shoes and shorts or blue jeans, we're going to kill it really quick. If she kicks all the way through wearing tennis shoes, go ahead and kick that bike down there. You see where her leg is right here? Take a look at that foot peg. See those spikes in there? You're wearing tennis shoes, you're wearing shorts, or you're wearing blue jeans. What's going to happen to your leg when you try and kickstart this bike? That's always getting people getting busted up doing that. So you gotta lift your leg up there. That's why you need to be wearing boots. Now, having said that, wearing boots, hold that brake over there. Wearing boots, it's hard to feel where the foot peg's at. It's hard to feel the brake. It's hard to feel the shifter. But it's something you need to get used to doing if you're going to learn to ride a dirt bike. Okay, we're ready to try her again. Go ahead and start her up. Oh yeah, you need to be in neutral to start. So we'll put this all the way down. Now go ahead and try and start it. There you go. Okay, so I want you to hold that back brake. There you go. So make sure you got it. Yes. It's hard to feel, I know. But just take your time with it. And you know, we're starting you on a downhill here early on in the learning. You should probably be on completely flat ground, but we're in the Rocky Mountains. There's very little flat ground. Regardless, you're going to have to learn to do this one way or the other, but we're not going to let you go down. So take it nice and slow, just feeling how that back brake works. Let up on this one. We're not going to focus on his front brake. Pointing downhill, if you use your front brake, you can wash out and wreck. You want to use that back brake. You go ahead and let up on it a little bit. We'll try and stop again. Keep going like that till you got a good feel of it. And you're doing good because you're keeping your weight. You've shifted your weight here to this left side so that you can use your back brake. See that? See, there you go. You got it. Keep trying. Melissa's been riding around on that little 110 without a clutch for a while now, and she's started shifting gears, so she's feeling pretty comfortable enough to go over to the one with the clutch. So on this one, Melissa, your gearing is different, but we're not going to worry about gearing. All we're going to worry about right now, since you understand the throttle, you understand your brakes, all we're going to worry about is the clutch. Forget about the gears. But on this, your gears are 1 down, 4 up. Neutral is in between first and second. You do need to be in neutral to start this bike. So you're in neutral right now. So I'm going to have you go ahead and start it. Use your key there. Use your key. Start switch, same thing, brake switch. Okay. You're coming a little closer so you can hear some. This is your clutch here, okay? I want you to pull that in and hold it. Don't let go of it. Put it down in first gear, so just go down. Oh, yeah, you can put that leg down when you go to shift. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to sit on the back with you, okay? And I'm going to help you feel this clutch. Okay? That's the most important thing, is you understand how it feels. Okay? So I got your brakes and nothing's going to happen to it. I want you to let out on that clutch a little bit. Just a little. See how the bike is starting to want to move? Okay, let me get off that brake down there. Okay, I got your brakes, so don't worry about brakes. We're not going to give it any gas. Let go of your throttle or your clutch just a little bit. Feel the bike start to move. See how it's wanting to go? Pull it back in. Let's just keep doing that. Keep doing that right there when you continue. Don't let out all the way. Just let her out a little bit until it starts to move. Now pull it back in. Do that a couple of times by yourself. Pull it back in, yeah. Now I'm going to hop off. Keep doing that a little bit. The idea is I want her to get a good feel of how that clutch works. Tell the kid, or tell somebody you're just teaching to ride, just get on and pop the clutch, so they're going to end up all over the place. You can get a good feel for the clutch. So, as you're going along on this bike, where on the other bike you just let off on the throttle, on this bike you do 2 things. You let off on the throttle, pull in the clutch. When you want to stop, you got to pull in that clutch. So it's actually 3 things. Let off on the throttle, pull in the clutch, apply the brake. In this case, we'll do the back brake. All we're going to do right now is we're going to go about 10 feet. Okay? We're going to go about 10 feet. You're going to let out on that clutch. And what we're going to do is I'm going to help you out. I'm going to be on the back for the first few feet here. You're going to keep your hands there. I got you. Just make sure you don't have the brake on. Okay? We're going to let out on the clutch a little bit and give it a little bit of gas. A little less gas. Feel that? Now pull in your clutch. See how that works? Yeah. Let's do that again. Gas. Now pull in the clutch. Apply your brake. How does that feel? Does that make sense? Yeah? So now we're going to try it on your own, okay? Go a few feet like that, pull in that clutch. You can use either one, since you're going to be going really slow. What do you feel more comfortable with? Okay, we'll use that one. But we're not going to be going fast, so that's not a big deal. If you were going faster, you wouldn't want to use that in this gravel. You want to use that back here. So let's just go about 10 feet. Remember to just pull in that clutch, let off on the throttle, and pull in the clutch. There you go. Now pull in the clutch and stop. There you go, good job. Keep doing that a few more times so you feel comfortable enough to just go. A little bit smoother on that clutch. Keep going. Keep driving. Okay, go ahead and pull in the clutch and stop. Feel like you got it? Okay. Go ahead and go all the way around the corner. All the way around the driveway. See how you feel. Just stay in the first gear. You're just popping the clutch just a little bit too much, and you need to give it just a gas and a little bit of clutch. It's kind of a trade-off. Does that make sense? So you need to be in neutral, so that's in between first and second. Now just go down in the first gear. There you go. Okay. A little bit of clutch, a little bit of gas. A little bit less gas. Just a little. Got it. Perfect. She's got about an hour riding on a bike without a clutch. And here she is already riding a bike with a clutch. She hasn't wrecked yet. That's how you teach somebody to ride.